My husband finally convinced me that his cheating was my fault, or at least he tried. For the last 4 years, I've been trying to figure out why my husband cheats. Looking back, I don't think there ever was a real reason because every time I caught him, the explanation changed. The first time was during the first month of our relationship. He told me it happened because I traveled a lot for work. I wasn't home enough and he got lonely. It hurt, but I believed him because I wanted to believe it was a mistake. A while later, it happened again. This time it was because we had gotten into an argument and were close to breaking up. His logic was that he thought I was going to leave him anyway. So somehow cheating made sense. Then came the childhood explanation. He never had a mother figure, so he didn't know what a healthy relationship looked like. I felt sorry for him. Looking back, I think I spent more time trying to understand his behavior than he ever spent trying to change it. Things actually settled down for a while after we started sharing our GPS locations. Whether he had changed or simply found it harder to get away with things, I don't know. I remember thinking maybe we had finally turned a corner. Then he discovered Snapchat. At first, it was just another app he used while hanging out in his man cave. Before long, there was sexting, flirting, exchanging photos and videos in the same conversations I'd seen before, just on a different platform. It was like he'd found a whole new playground. What amazes me isn't even the cheating anymore. It's the excuses. Every single one made sense for a few months until the next one came along. There was always another explanation, and somehow none of them ever involved him simply deciding to cheat. A few days ago, he came up with one that honestly left me speechless. He told me his cheating was my fault. His example was that sometimes he asked me not to bother him while he's in his man cave. I agree, but every now and then I'll forget and walk in to ask him a question. Then he asked me how I would feel if he accidentally started sexting someone because I had accidentally broken my promise first. I asked him to explain what he meant because I thought I had misunderstood him. No, that was actually his point. In his mind, me forgetting and asking him a question while he's in his man cave is the same as him opening Snapchat, finding someone to talk to, carrying on a sexual conversation, and exchanging explicit messages. We both broke a promise, so we're equally responsible. I've heard a lot of excuses over the last 6 years. My job was the problem. Our arguments were the problem. His childhood was the problem. Now, apparently I'm the problem too. I'm honestly curious whether anyone has ever dealt with someone who can justify anything like this. At some point, it stops being about the cheating and starts becoming fascinating how far someone will go to avoid saying, I did it because I wanted to. Found my BF cheated. Hey guys, so me and my boyfriend have been together for almost 5 years now. We're planning to get married at the end of this year. A little intro about our relationship. We were on and off 2 to 3 times during our years together. Just the typical stupid breakups. The longest was less than 2 months. We used to be pretty intense with each other as well when we argued, but safe to say it has been so much better these days. I believe we're solid because we argued a lot but still found our way back to each other every time. The first suspicion came up when I had just moved out from my family home into my own place. He was being ridiculously paranoid and kept being suspicious of me bringing another guy home or whatever. He wanted to install CCTV, wanted duplicate keys, would always FaceTime me, and ask me to show him around. At first, I just thought it was a normal concern, which is understandable. I'm not a good person myself, but I swear I do love this guy so much, and I want to be the best version of myself for him. But it just got weirder seeing him all worried. It made me think, did he do something behind my back? What is he so afraid of? But I didn't find any proof, so I just let it go. I thought he was worried because of my shitty past. Then just today, I felt like checking his phone again because there were things that didn't sit right with me. Or maybe it was just my gut. I found a chat of him talking to his friend. He told him that he brought a girl home in January 2025, and they slept together. I went through my chat with my boyfriend from January 2025, and yes, he was out for a night with his friends and didn't reply to my texts until 4 p.m. the next day. He told his friend that I was upset with him, and he said not to share it with the friend's girlfriends because she's friends with me, because he loves me. I know you guys would definitely be like, WTF? That's bullshit. Because it is. Why didn't he think of that when he brought the girl home? Okay, I think that's all. I don't feel angry or anything at the moment. I'm just sad and wanted to share this. I'm sad that he's not the guy I thought he was with all the accusations on me while I genuinely didn't do anything behind his back. It's just disappointing. It's August 2026 now, and we're getting married in a few months. I don't feel like breaking up with him or whatever because it happened during our rough patch. But I just feel sad. I want to talk with him about this and just start fresh, but I'm scared that we might get intense with each other again. GF cheats on me with someone she had met 3 times and then demands to form a relationship with this person. So I'm just leaving a relationship right now where we absolutely loved each other. At least I think we did. There was a lot that was amazing about the relationship. There were clearly issues, and ultimately at the end things got really awful. She would raise her voice at me, sometimes once every other month, and sometimes it was once every couple of weeks. It was usually when I frustrated her. Frankly, I don't think there was a pattern, but it happened. I kept on asking myself, how much is too much? How much should I tolerate? I think the answer in retrospect is little to zero. If it happens once in a blue moon, fine. But if it's happening once every couple months, something is fucked. It's demeaning, and it makes you feel less as a human. I gave her a pass for an entire year, which was dumb. We had often discussed E&M, and we were both eager to find a third interested in both of us. However, we agreed to not pursue that while our relationship was rocky. I assumed that was the end of it for the time being. We had briefly split up for a day or so. Both of us were frustrated. The next day, we reversed course and agreed to work on things together. In that 24-hour period, she scheduled a Friday night meeting with Kay, a person I knew she was sexually attracted to. I asked her to cancel the meeting. She refused and claimed it wasn't a date, but a platonic meeting. When I called her out on that, she lost her shit on me and yelled at me over the phone. It turns out the next day, she had made out with this person, and yes, it was a date. She seemed to think that it wasn't a big deal since they just made out. Bullshit. The next day, she told me I had to accept this person that she had made out with in our relationship. She had fallen in love. The other person wanted nothing to do with me, but I had to accept it or GTFO. The whole thing was ghastly. I didn't want to let my ex go. I loved her. So I told her, okay, I'll consider it. But Kay, a social worker, the other woman, wanted to fuck whomever she wanted in addition to my GF. Basically, an entirely open relationship that I wasn't comfortable with at all. My ex wouldn't even advocate for me. She wouldn't even put her foot down against this person she had met 3 times. I was willing to accept this person as long as they kept the sexual loop closed between them. Nope. I knew I was fucked. I was utterly devastated. A month out, I can't stop seeing them together in my mind. The other woman enjoying the life I had. The other woman bringing home people for them to both fuck. All of it is just horrendous. I wish I could scrub my mind of it all. I realized I had only one choice left. I took all of her shit, and I dumped it in the alley. I dumped raspberries on top, because I bought her raspberries every time I met her throughout the course of the relationship. She had mentioned she was too poor to buy them for herself. It was the hardest thing I had ever done. She was my world. My girlfriend cheated on me, but I'm the dad. So before I start, to give some context, my GF and I have been together for around 9 years now. During COVID, she was staying with her parents in another state away from me because she wanted to make sure they were safe, and we told each other we would both stay with our families for a while until it was safe to be with one another again. Seeing as it's now 2026 and we have our 6-year-old, I was looking back into both of our genetics and backgrounds as I learned from my family that I was adopted, but that's a non-important bit of drama to add to the story. Our kid, being the loving little boy that he is, wanted a DNA test too, which we thought would be a good family experience and could teach him how genetics work from a longer perspective. Well, the results came in, and I noticed that our kid didn't seem to share a lot of the results I did, which I found strange seeing as they were MY kid. I remembered when my GF was with her parents, she had a talk with me and told me about this super sweet guy in late 2020 and early 2021. Looking back through her phone, I had found pictures in her gallery of pregnancy tests. Tests that were in her phone, but not mine. Why didn't she share these with me? Why was there so many photos of her that I've never seen? I trust her with my everything, and I'm going to look into more details about if this is even a cheating story, if the kid is even my own. Either way, I will be raising my boy because I refuse to let it take away my love for him.